Hey, welcome back, you guys. This is your girl, Empress, known as Cece, or like I said, Empress. Either one, it doesn't matter, as long as you know who I am. Well, today I will be talking about a really serious topic that I see we really need to discuss. And I hope y'all like my background. I'm getting better, so that way when I be moving, it don't be glitching and all that. The topic of today is a masculinity crisis. The reason why I say that is I have thought of 11 things why we need to build up our men and not tear them down, make them feel worthy so we can get what we're supposed to get out of them. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody upset, but I do feel like if there's an equal balance, then they could treat us the way we need to be treated, and then we could treat them the way they need to be treated. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to say I am here to help everyone who needs help. I have conversations that I feel is need to talk about. I feel is something that we need to definitely stop taking lightly. And I'm here for the brokenhearted. I'm here for the ones who need encouragement. I'm here for the ones who need love from whatever parts of the world. And again, we need to build each other up because again, the world is trying to break everybody down. I don't care about the skin tone, the eye complexion, the hair complexion. At the end of the day, we're all human. We have to face these things. I'm sorry to say, if you're starting to face these things now, well, welcome to the world. And if you've been facing them, stay strong and just understand that we are going to get through it. This too shall pass. So again, I want to talk about the masculinity crisis. I'm going to be looking down just in case, because you guys know I love to write my notes just in case my mouth gets to going. And speaking of that, I also and I am bad with time. But the good thing about it is I have nothing behind me. So if I go over 30 to 45 minutes, then just bear with me. But I'm going to try not to. Okay, so the first thing I would like to discuss about a masculinity crisis is it actually lowers the loss of identity, meaning you have a struggle to understand who you are and what role you play in this life. It can happen in your relationship or it could be in the society. And if somebody have a lack of identity, they don't know who they are and it can really hinder them. So when it comes down to our men, just to understand that by you being strong, bold, and very handsome in any type of way, and let's just say being courageous, it makes a big difference. It actually empowers you. It helps your identity. It brings you to who you are supposed to be. So I think every guy needs to understand we don't need you to lose your identity, but we need you to gain it. That's number one. And I hope I made myself very clear. The second one is a lack of confidence. Again, when you don't have the identity that you were born with, your confidence, it starts to decrease. And at the end of the day, if you do not feel inadequate or you don't feel incapable or you start to self-doubt yourself or self-worth, that is not good. And I'm understanding that a lot of our guys, whether they're old or young, remind you guys, I was just on a bus system. So I can see a difference when it comes down to our young youth. These boys with the dreads hanging down their face, and you can't even see their face. And I used to always say, "Put your hair back. Let me see who I'm speaking with." Or I'm gonna call you dreadhead because that's all I see is a head full of dreads. And they used to laugh at me. And I asked them, why do you wear your hair in front of your face like this? Does it make you less confident? Is it like what is it? So that way I can understand that. And a lot of times they say, yes, Miss Empress, I do feel like I'm not confident, or I like to hide my face. And I'm like, well, what you hiding from the world for? The world needs to see your face. They need to know who you are. And when it comes down to stuff like this, it kind of frustrates me because when I was growing up, like everybody showing their face. Now you have so many young boys that just don't even want to be seen. They want their hair to speak for them. No, honey, I cannot talk to your hair, but I can talk to the face of the person that's standing in front of me. So please, you guys, understand that we have to build up our boys to be men with confidence. I'm not saying cocky and I'm not saying boastful and prideful, but I'm saying with confidence. Why? Because us women, we even like to be confident. We like to be told we're beautiful. We like to understand how worthy we are and what we bring to this world. And if we are a nurturer, we like to be a good nurturer. If we are a mom, we like to hear that we are good moms. You know what I'm saying? Or great or whatever, the best best mom ever. All that stuff make a difference. So please, let's do the same for our men because we are definitely going into a crisis when it comes down to the lack of masculinity. They looking at it as is a threat. No, because the Father above, he's a masculine man, okay? And he's not going to be walking around here or our Messiah walking around here with no purse and got dreads in front of their hair with their head hanging low. No, they don't move like that. And if that's the case, where did us women get our strength from? Hello, we do have dads, we have brothers, we have, don't get me wrong. Yes, we are supposed to be very feminine and submissive and really pretty like delicate roses. But at the end of the day, honey, we can be very strong when need to be. Definitely when it comes down to just protecting our family. That's when all the delicate goes out the window when it's time to protect our family. So let's just make that clear. So again, I just want to say the lack of identity and the low confidence, we definitely need to build up our men because this is a time, and that's the reason why they go into, let's just say, the right and the left side really bad, and they're not sticking to the right side as strong because they don't know how to stay strong. So the left side can mean anything from playing tambourines to just being too, uh, what you call it, uh, what I say, just curious, okay? And we don't need that to happen because when they become too curious, that means we are falling as a nation. So I just wanted to make that real clear. That was the first and the second one. The third one, and I might not even give the numbers depending on how I'm speaking because I don't want to go over time. And I apologize, you guys, that I have not been making videos. I know I keep on saying, please, 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 I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. Listen, there's so many things that's going on. So I'm definitely trying to put out as much as possible with my daily life. So we definitely got to uplift each other, stay busy, stay focused, and stay positive. But like I say, I'm going to keep on doing as many videos as the Father put on my heart to do, whether it takes time or not, because I just don't want to give y'all bull crap. I want y'all to really understand what I'm saying so that way we can build each other up and help each other. And like I say, y'all helping me. Y'all see my background, you know what I'm saying? So I'm leveling up. Y'all see my little thumbnails and stuff getting better. So at the end of the day, I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as something that, hey, failure makes success, I guess, So you got to fail your way up to the top. Again, that's what I was taught. So, hey, look, I'm practicing on everything that I like to do. Now let me shut my mouth and keep going. So the third one is a decrease in motivation. For one, again, they're not confident. They don't know the sense of direction. They have no drive, and they cannot uphold the masculinity. Well, let me explain something to you. Again, we need to encourage you guys. Encourage, encourage. Y'all can do whatever y'all put your mind to. I understand that the world is making young men feel like, oh, well, women is becoming on top and women is this. Let me explain something to you, baby. You precious. You are precious in the sight of the Most High. That's why you have all these haters down your back. And remember we heard that if you don't have haters, that means you're doing something. You're doing something right if you have haters. And if you don't have haters, then maybe you need to start doing a little bit more. Well, I think that's the reason why you guys are right now having so many haters because y'all doing a lot of things like that. Only if y'all can imagine who y'all are and what y'all true worth and value is. Oh my goodness. If you got 12,000 haters, honey, let me say 72,000. Okay. I need y'all to really understand that us women need y'all. Let's just say if the martial law was a kick in these doors today, okay, as being single women in a household full of kids, what the heck are we going to do? Okay. We don't need our men going to I'm 1 minute I'm swinging on this side to the male eggplant. The next minute I'm going to the female cherry hole. Like I need y'all to get it together because there's so much confusion in this world, and I understand that y'all are the aim. The same way y'all are the aim, we are too. And I'm not even lying to you. As a single parent, it is very hard. And I say, man, I can see why he said that we should have been married first before anything because it would have saved so much commotion. But in the world that we living in, that's not what they want. So I need y'all to stay motivated. Figure out what y'all gonna do. I don't care if y'all have to pray. Me personally, I tell anybody, pray 3 times a day for certain. Anything outside of those, all praises. But at least you know that you're praying about your strength, your health, your wealth, your generations, like just the being of you. Ask the Father, who am I supposed to be? And tell him, remind him what he told you. And if you don't know, read your Bible. I know a lot of people is not spiritual, but at the end of the day, I tell anybody, let me explain something to you. With all this stuff going on right now, as hard as the times is going, you need some type of source to fall back on. So again, we really need y'all to motivate yourselves. And if we can help as beautiful women that we're supposed to be, please and by all means, let us motivate you. If y'all understand, us women cannot do anything without our masculine men. I don't care what they talking about. Women run the world. That's a lie. Okay. That's why we don't have a woman up in office now. I apologize if you guys do not like what I just said. And I'm not here to make nobody feel good. I'm just telling the truth. Okay. There's a lot of things that men can do that women can't. Just as well as there's a lot of things that women can do that men cannot. We are made differently, but coming together, we balance out the whole playing field. So I hope that sticks with you guys because again, I need my son, I need my dad, I need my brothers. If the world didn't have them, oh my goodness, I think I'd be fighting every female up in here because females can tend to get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say is men do bring the balance. If we get catty, a guy come up in here, my brothers, now it could be me and my sisters going back and forth. And they're like, all right, come on, y'all. I don't even want to hear all that. Like, and it makes you think, okay, well, look, you woo woo woo, and you woo 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you're like, you know what? Because they don't want to hear all of this, and that's another reason why they were made first for a reason. There's a lot of things that men can't tolerate that women give in to. Let's just say Eve bit the apple first. So let me keep going. The fourth thing is emotional suppression and isolation. It caused mental confusion. That's why our young boys is having withdrawals. They feel lonely, they feel depressed, and so forth. And further down the line, I'm gonna come back to this one. Okay, so our boys have always been taught not to show your feelings. That is a whole bull crap of lies. I tell my son, let me explain something to you. If something hurts your feelings, you come to me because I have made you through the Father, lessons alone, or you go to a room by yourself and you let it out. By the time you walk back out that room, you fix yourself, pull yourself back together, and then you proceed. So, as that being said, every time he have a meltdown, and I let him know, speak your mind. Make sure that you are being respectful, but you speak your mind because nobody can ever say, well, they got over on you, they did this. No, you let people know how to deal with you. You treat people how to deal with you. And if that's not the way you want to be treated, you let them know, listen, with all due respect, you will not be talking to me like this. With all due respect, so and so and so, blah, 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 woo, woo, whatever that you feel in your heart, no, speak. Because when a guy feel like they have to hold everything in, that's when they tend to bust. Their emotions do not come out the way it's supposed to. They become very angry. What they say, PTSD, anxiety, I was about to say postpartum, good gracious, but all of this stuff to make them feel less of who they're supposed to be. No, baby, because America is the only country that want the men to be feminized. Okay. Every other country, when I travel around the world, thank you, Father, and please let me keep going. But every other place around the world, they men stand like men. Now, I'm not talking about, the ones who started it, because you might see a lot of them like, he don't walk like that. He don't talk like, but outside of them, you see all masculine men. They don't got to switch to their movement. They're not out here gyrating and bopping and dancing all the time. Like they have a certain persona that they give out. Women know their men. They're not isolated. They have their head high to whatever religion that they in, because that helps with self-confidence as well. Everybody knows that the men is the strongest when it comes down to the men and a woman. I'm not talking about mentally. I'm talking about physically in other ways. Why do you think men build houses? Why do you think they're always building something? Okay. Why do you think they out here, they just walk around like they're just so tough? Like it's a reason for all of this. Do y'all think our Messiah was walking around here like, nope, it's okay. Nope, no. He was like, listen, it's either you're a listener, you're going to die. I will kill all y'all. I will do this, but you know what? Just let me hold that thought. Y'all think he was really a punk? Man, please. His masculinity was massing, okay? So I just want to start there. And at the end of the day, when you feel confident, you don't have to isolate yourself. Why is a lot of our young boys sticking to themselves? What are they thinking? Because the idle mind is the devil's playground. No, you be around people, you speak, you enjoy yourself, you smile, you laugh. I don't see a lot of these boys laughing. And when I mean boys, I'm talking about the boys all the way up until their manhood. Like if they're not laughing, smiling, and enjoying themselves as a young person, how do you think they're going to be as they get old? Like it starts from a child. And that's why you teach the child the way they're supposed to go. So that way they can be better off when it's time for them to leave you. I need somebody to tell me I'm making sense here. Just drop some comments down below. Let me know. Put up them likes. Send this to whoever y'all need to send it to. Because again, our babies is in crisis. And I'd be darned if anybody tell me that my son cannot be masculine or he has to go to jail or something like this. Let me tell you something. We are not giving up without a fight. We was not put down here just given to anybody and their doctrines. Sorry, can't do it. We know who we stand for. We know who we fight for. And most importantly, we know who we are now. Okay. And it's not just for my people, but it's for anybody who have a little boy and they don't feel confident. There's no reason why they should be walking around and making it okay. Oh, no, put on mommy's heels. Oh, no, put on mommy's makeup. No, because that messes up a child. I even heard somebody say in a sense of, their children was talking about putting on their boys was talking about putting on some girl clothing and something like this. And the lady gonna tell me, well, I just let him do whatever he feel. Matter of fact, I'm sorry to say, but it was somebody in my neighborhood. And they came to get my son. And there was like 3 of them. And when he knocked at my door, hi, is King home? So I'm looking and I'm like, I couldn't tell if it was a little boy or a little girl. Now the older brother I can tell, the sister I can tell, but this baby. So, I said, hey, little mama. So, and that's how I like to get my point across. Like, hey, little mama, how are you? And they said, no, that's a girl. That's the boy. So I said, so what he got makeup on for? Oh, because he likes to play with my mom's stuff. I said, no. Come on in here. And honey, I took that stuff off his face. I told him, you a boy, Now let me explain something to y'all. My grandmother raised me in a way where what the father created, do not disrupt his creation or he's going to be upset with you. Okay. So I know I have an impact on all nationalities: white, black, Puerto Rican, purplish, let's just say Peruvian, if that was a color, you know what I'm saying? Magnesium, if that was a color, whatever you want to call it, golden, like white, like whitish, just whatever colors, you know what I'm saying? And I just always try to uplift them because I know that the world we live in it likes to tear them down. I do not play them type of games. I apologize. Like maybe it's just a grown woman in me who have seen a lot, but at the end of the day, no, I'm trying to save your soul. I can't, let's just save it, like that, but I can help to save your soul. So yes, I brought him in the house and I wiped that crap off his face. And I told him, you're a boy. But Miss CCC, you need to make sure that you got the stuff off your face. You don't walk around putting that. And the boy and little girl, they just laughed at me. And I thought it was funny too, because I'm like, what's going on with these parents? So then as he get older, he's going to think that it's okay. Maybe he got some people in his family like that, or I don't know. Maybe, I've noticed a lot of our boys has been touched. But again, whatever it is, baby, I'm here to install in you. No, baby, you don't look like Miss Cece. I need you to be strong and bold. I don't care what complexion of the protection. I don't care what color of the whatever it is. I need you to understand your place, because when you understand your place, a lot of us understand our place, and that's just as us being a female. So don't isolate yourself and forget about this suppression, depression and all this pressure. You press yourself to be the person that you was born down here to be. And if you have some other type of problems, then take it to the Father and let him fill it out for you. Number 5 is the loss of authority. Like I said, masculinity, baby. That's a sense of authority. You know what I'm saying? Because for instance, when I see my dad, I look at him like that is my king. Like I'm not talking about the heavenly creations up there. I'm just talking about the worldly ones down here. Like that is my dad. Like I see that man so manly, even when it come down to his little attitudes or whatever the case might be, I just laugh. Because again, if we was in this world without our men, how would we all be? Honey, everybody don't like the same. And everybody don't eat carpets. So like I'm just saying, and I'm not taking no jabs at anybody. I'm just saying whatever you prefer, that's what you prefer. But one thing about it is we have to understand why our men was put down here with us, or why we was put with our men. That's all I'm basically saying. And I got this thing on tape on my hand. So going back to the loss of authority, our masculinity, that leads to leadership. Okay, going back to, let's just say, the people that power or in power, our protectors. How are we supposed to lead if we don't have a leadership? How are we supposed to protect if we don't have any protectors? Let's just say when the Father say, "Our Father who are in heaven," isn't He not our protector? It don't say our women who are in heaven, our mother who are in heaven. No, 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 no. And I understand some people say, "Oh well, He's a man, He's a woman." Listen, stop it. Okay, He made men and women, so don't you think we get all of our characteristics from Him? I'm not saying He's a woman, no. But when He say her, He do say her in the Bible as well. And He's not talking about Himself. I have not seen where He called him her. He called wisdom her. So at the end of the day, it's like we need our leadership. We need our protectors. And if y'all fall, who the heck is going to lead us and protect us? Okay, so even in the Bible, you have strong men who led, who paved the way. I'm not saying women was not there to do their part. No, we do have some prophetess women. Okay, but at the end of the day, we did not leave these men to nothing. Okay. If anything, the Father put on our spirit to say what was going on, to help them. That's why we were a helpmate. But when it comes down to leading and stuff, no, our men is very masculine. I think they got they got that title. And if like I said, if y'all feel any type of way, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I would love to read it, and I will get back on it if I need to. But again, I'm not biting my tongue, because I love my men. I have a son. Most High will, more to come. And I'd be darned if I teach them that it's okay to have a purse on, it's okay to wear lipstick and all this other stuff. That's not what we're doing here. Because if I don't have grandkids, I don't have a problem. Why is it that every other country is paying for their nations to create kids, but then yet we are aborting the number one things on this earth that we was gifted to do? That don't make sense. So therefore, we have put to sleep a lot of our strong little boys that would become great men. Why? Because we feel like it's okay to lay down with any and everybody. Why this XCX is spreading all over the world, and it's okay to be a Cardi B, a Nicki Minaj, Red, sexy, whatever this girl is, sexy trick, sexy red, Megan Thee Stallion, and Suki Hana, whatever, nasty, whatever. So, but I'm just saying, like, what we doing with ourselves, y'all, it makes a big difference. It could lead us in the pathways of hell. And at the end of the day, I don't want our brothers to go down that way, because y'all, we need y'all. I'm keep on saying we need y'all, we need y'all, we need y'all. Now for the The sixth thing is a mental health issue. I know I did cover it a little bit, but this one is basically if they can't perform at work because they don't feel that they can step up to the plate and basically express their masculinity and their manhood, then it leads to a trickle of dysfunction, chaos, and confusion. And I'm pretty sure y'all see all of that happening right now. No, it is really confusing. I'm to the point like I used to always can be able to tell women from men. Now, like when the father say, don't lust, when you look at something, don't stare too hard. Literally, I have to look at the boobs and see if I can see like little niblets forming or something like that, just to see. Or I have to stare at your face and like hoping you lift your neck, your neck up so I can see your Adam's apple or something. Like I have to go deep down within my own eyes just to see like, okay, well, who am I speaking to? Unless they could just come out and tell me. But it's to the point like the guys is really looking like girls, and the girls is really looking like men. And I'm like, I have not been this confused in my life. We was in Ohio, and this guy, I guess he ended up having like some type of sex change or whatever you want to call it. I promise you, I could not tell that that was a man at all. The only thing I could tell is because I'm looking right at his see-through shirt, and he had on like a fishnet. I think I told this in one of my previous videos, but he had on a fishnet shirt. And I'm trying to figure out like why he don't have no bra on. All you see is nipples. So that really disturbed my peace. And I have my son, we're at the fair. And so my son, as soon as he go to look, I just like mushed him in the head and just put it behind me, like, come on, so I can hurry up and walk past this being. And so I end up, I guess the woman next to me could see like that it was something that really disturbed my peace. Cause I'm thinking like, if this a female, like what is she doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like what type of junk is this? Like the police is around here and this dang on what was it, like a circus or something like this, or a fair. So I'm like, so why is she not locked up? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is this what we doing nowadays? And so the woman told me, she said, no, the reason why they didn't stop her because that's a man. I said, what? I mean, honey, whoever did her breast job was just immaculate. I'm not even storing because, normally when you see these females with the breast, you can tell that it's fake. Not this person, not that being. Okay. Whatever that being was. Great. And it's not even that I stared too long because, like I said, it just took me by surprise. Like, am I what? So again, and I told my son, I said, listen, do you know when I pushed your head behind me and I told you, come on? And my son, he's like getting taller than me now. So when I said, come on, I said, it was I guess a guy who had a boob job, but it looked like a woman. I said, now look, if you would have seen that, you would have thought you seen some natural boobs, and your little body, the little spirit within inside you would be like, like that's the way they look. It would have opened you up. And that's why I say sin is something else. Like we have to really get these things back together. So by this being said, he said, Mom, it was a man. I said, yes. He said, wow. I said, now think about this. If you would have looked at that man, you would have been lusting, thinking it was a woman. Now you see how the enemy works. And he's like, oh, Mom, I'm so happy that you turned my head. He said, because Mom, I wouldn't know what to do if I would have seen. I know you haven't seen boobs in your life. So if somebody gonna give you an imposter, you're gonna be looking at it like, those things are pretty, not thinking that you're looking at a whole man. So when I told him, he's like, Mom, come on, man. Come on, bro. And all I could do is just laugh because I'm like, I laugh, but the same token I'm laughing, I'm ready, like, I'm saying to myself, like, come on now, dog. Like, we gotta do better because what are we teaching our boys? Like, so they want everybody to just basically throw away their manhood, their masculinity, or just the creation of the father, So I just wanted to like really touch on that. I think it brings so much mental issues. And another thing is I have talked to a lot of people that had sex changes and stuff like this because, like I said, I'm not here to pick on nobody, make fun of nobody, but I'm gonna tell y'all what they don't want to tell y'all because I care about y'all enough to tell y'all the truth. A lot of people who's getting these sex changes, after at first it feels good to them, But remember when it was something in the Bible that says like, there's nothing new up under the sun. Okay. Human is always going to want more and more and more. They're never satisfied. Okay. And when I think about that, I think about how I talk to these people who have sex changes. Remind you, I had a brother who wanted to be a woman, and he was going to go through with the sex changes and all this other stuff. So like I said, I don't put nothing past anybody. It's a hurtful thing to see how our nation is really getting turned upside down because of what you do not understand and the enemy that's at hand. And I hope everybody catch what I'm saying. So, like I said, so they basically said that when they get the sex change, they are happy. But all the things that they have to do to keep it up, it becomes a mental mind screw up, you know? And then sometimes their body start to resist these things that they have got surgeries for. So even though they changing to be the opposite sex, their mental is saying one thing and their body is saying another. So it starts to grow a battle within the one being. So let's just say you have hmm, a human head, but an animal body. How is this going to work? Because the human head is like, we got like finger toes and everything that's connected down. And then when you have this animal body, it's like, for when they catch fleas, they do all this other stuff. So how is the human body going to mix with a animal body? Like it just don't make sense. It's like a complication in one. And I'm just trying to make that a good analogy because I'm trying to like figure out, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but I'm telling y'all the truth. And this is stuff that I hear. So years later, they hope that they never got it because their body is doing all this weird stuff. They starting to catch all these different type of like diseases, and like it's just a lot of complication within that universe alone, because you're trying to force the body to do something even though you wanted it to happen. The body is not made like that. It was made to do what it's supposed to do. That's why you got what you got when you was born here. So that's why a lot of people feel like they want to commit suicide. They have PTSD, depression, they feel worthless. They're trying to figure out where can they be put in society that makes them feel comfortable, and that's why you have people running from this side to this organization to this. Everybody's trying to find some type of comfort because within is not comfort, is not at peace. So, and again, if you don't have peace up in here, this not gonna have peace, this not gonna have peace, and the whole as one is not gonna be at peace. So where would that take you? Down a life of suicide or something like that, to harm yourself. And I don't wish that on anybody. Please do not ever think that that's a good way to go. That means you gave up and you stronger than that. The devil gonna come in any shape, way, fashion, or form. But at the end of the day, you can fight against it. Once you tell yourself that you can do something and you believe it, first you have to believe it and then achieve it. Once you do that, you good money grip. Cool beans. Great. With no problems, no issues, no nothing. Just keep praying about these things because at the end of the day, we all have things that we all have to go through. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I just say keep up the fight. And at the end of the day, call on these angels that's up there. They're not going to work for nothing. Like, no, they work for us. If we need them, they're here. I know it's plenty of times I had to call the angels. Father, please send these angels down here because listen, if you don't, Father, I just don't want to make the wrong mistake. Like, it's so many things that you can say. I understand you got a lot of atheists and stuff like that. Listen, if you are atheist, I don't know who you pray to, but you better start praying. When your eyes start seeing stuff that you can't help this because we're all human. And I'm just praying for every spirit who's watching this because again, we are living in a time that's only going to get worse. And if you don't figure out what you mean and who you are within, why the Messiah felt you was worthy enough to die for, like you're gonna have a problem. And that's why I'm telling all my men, like, go back. I don't care if somebody say that the Bible's not real. Y'all look. All this stuff that y'all seeing getting on TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms, listen, y'all know it's a creator up there. All these tsunamis, disasters, hurricanes, the house falling into the ground, all this stuff, where y'all think this stuff is coming from? When they say natural powers, who y'all think they're getting this from? When you become strong or when you tell yourself you can do something, where do you get that power from? It comes from some source. So put your mind to the gas and push it off. I don't care if you got to do circles and donuts, like you figure it out. Because one thing I can tell you is when you give up, things start to change for you. When you feel like you're at the end of the road, things start to change for you. So again, I need all my men to get it together. We cannot be feeling insecure, know you love who you are. Just because they hate you, that's their problem. That's not your problem. You keep it moving. I don't care if you black as Methuselah or if you light as the clouds. I don't care if you purple as the background of my thing, It doesn't even matter. Just figure out who you are because the world don't want you to know who you are. Okay? And when you find out who you are, then you wasn't an enemy. It was just something that they can say, oh, you this, you that, and they're gonna believe it. But when you find out who you are, oh baby, you're a big threat. You are a big threat to this society. And I want you to understand you have people that love you. I'm a threat to this society. Y'all hear what I'm talking about now. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to hear it. Well, close your ears, move on. Somebody this video will find and it will help somebody. And if not, you know what? I still put it out there. I put it in the universe. Whatever I put out, the Father bless me and I get it back. Whether I'm speaking to somebody, to myself, whether I'm speaking to somebody through this, technology system, whatever, I could be writing a letter and just going around putting, honey's gonna touch somebody. So I know I'm powerful. That's what I do know. And I want you to understand too how powerful you are. Okay, so we're speaking about the masculinity crisis. This one is a seventh one. It's a loss of respect. If a man switches out his masculinity for femininity, I always have a problem saying that, femininity, then it goes back to a loss of respect. For one, you have to really fight hard to get that respect. I'm even watching, sometimes when I used to watch this Love and Hip Hop, this guy Zell, and I've been trying to make a video on this Zell thing for a long time with him, like in men and women, like, but YouTube would not let me put it up. I was like, oh, just forget it. So I'm like, by the time I want to do that, it probably be all old now. So whatever, I might bring it back out because this stuff ain't probably getting old no time soon with all this stuff popping up. But if a man does not understand who he is and have respect, he do become very violent. He become over aggressive. Okay, and it go to show that he's doing this because he's not respected by his peers nor society. So again, we want you guys to feel, and I want you guys to feel more than enough. I want you guys to gain the respect for yourself. I don't care if the world is saying that they don't want masculine men. How is that going to work? Because the other side of the world, they are masculine. And you're always going to, like, you can't just swipe everybody away who's, a man that's masculine. It's not going to happen that way. And trust me, you got a lot of women who's ready to fight for y'all. It's probably not being talked about, but trust me. I'm on the front, what is it, the front line? I'm on the front line when it comes down to my men. I could be red flagged, I could be purple flag, yellow flag, blue flag. I don't even care. Why? Because I have a son, I have a dad, I have brothers, I have cousins that I dearly love. And another thing is every time I'm around my cousins, they always make me feel like I'm this empress, like nobody can bother me. This is not just me, but all my sisters say the same thing. When we're around our brothers and our cousins, oh my goodness, what? So if you just take all the men away, like, where my protectors at? I don't like that. Me not like that. So my thing is, y'all, grow to respect yourself, grow to love yourself, grow your confidence, become determined no matter what. This world is only here for a season, but you, baby, can be here for many, many reasons. And at the end of the day, you don't have to die unless you choose to. The way the Father has created us is, baby, we don't die. Okay? So you build yourself up. Don't be violent. Don't worry about what this world is telling you. Forget this world. Honey, it's going to go to hell in a damn, what they call it, a Gucci bag, a money bag. Y'all see the way America is turning upside down as we speak. Honey, they look at us as fools. When I heard that our military have so many, like, it was this picture I seen about the military. I guess like one of the high ranked people. Now, don't get me based on the military like levels because, oh my goodness. But so they had took a picture of like one of the high rank military sergeants or captains or something like this. And it was like two men that looked like women. And all I can say is, okay, so now what they doing? And all of a sudden, like, excuse me, they say this is who the representatives for the military. I said, a representative for the military. Do you not know if this is going all around the world? They are laughing at Americans, honey. That's why I would tell myself, I'm not American. I was just place here, baby. I don't know nothing about what they got going on because we are not the same. Okay, no. If that's the case, baby, I'm enemy. Because if that's the case, how am I gonna let them protect me? Oh. Like, no, I do that enough. I don't need two of us. No. Do you see the bickering amongst these women? Like, look at every industry women is in. Honey, it's always competition. No. When you look at the men industry, it's just they start making them try to compete. But men don't be worried about all that stuff. Okay? Like, I was like, you know what? It's so crazy because America is just like a mockery. And as I look at these YouTube videos about how people view America, it's getting so much worse. Like, oh my goodness, I travel around the world. And at first I'm like, these people is jealous. You used to always hear, oh, the American dream, the American dream, the American dream. Let me explain something to you. Now it ain't no American dream. It's American confusion. Okay? I'm to the point when I go overseas, I don't even say I'm from America. I start speaking a different tongue and everything. Let me explain something to you. We're not doing that. No. You don't know what I look like. You don't know what I am. And I like it that way. Okay? We're not doing it because the way they view us is crazy. This is something that you do not want to be a part of. But we don't know why because we're only stuck in America. But when you travel out of the states and the country, not the states, but the country, oh, you will hear a lot of stuff. Nobody want to come here. Everybody think they're going to be pew pew. They're going to be tambourine players, like infested with some type of disease. Whew, when I say I'm just like, oh, Father, please help this place because listen, this is definitely Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. I see it with my own two eyes and I'm like, mm-mm. Next 5 years to 7 years, most high we'll be gone from this place. We'll come back in and leave back out. That's how I'm going to make it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all men travel around the world. Y'all see what other countries like. Women would definitely fall at y'all toes. It's just y'all stuck over here in this little bubble. So you think that's all you have. And you got submissive, beautiful women over there. Like them ladies cook clean. They barely even speak to you. You know, they do whatever you ask them to. And I'm like just the way I see some of them do with their husbands. I'm like, y'all are too cute, you know? And they just be like, oh, appreciate it, whatever the case might be. But and they men, like everybody's at peace but America. So that's what I'm just telling y'all, like, we need y'all. We need our men. Don't give up. Just let's fight. Like, what kind of forever, Now, the ninth one is substance abuse. Our men feel the lack of whoever they are supposed to be, and they turn to different type of drugs, alcohol, neglecting their physical bodies, neglecting their spiritual bodies, and it's just a crying shame because everybody's trying to find a coping mechanism to replace or to fulfill whatever is lacking. And that's not a good way to go about it. But that's why, again, if we are brothers and sisters through the Messiah, and everybody said, "Oh, I love Jesus. I love Jesus." But if that's the case, I mean, I need you to start to uplift your people. And if you're a racist or whatever, then may the Most High be with you. But for the most part, like, oh my goodness, I need y'all to get it together because listen, we have so many different companies that's just putting out anything just because they know Americans want to get high. Americans want to just feel something, or they just want to be numb. When they come down to the ethanol, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to like, make sure I'm not saying, but when it come down to all these different drugs, like, y'all are gonna kill yourselves. Or if I didn't even say kill because of, but you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want y'all to harm yourselves. And I don't want nobody to harm you, because of they're just concocting whatever they're supposed to just to make a sale. You guys already know America is known for making the money. That's why this place gonna crumble because all they think about is money. But what I'm basically trying to tell y'all is if you start to uplift our males from young up until they get older, then it wouldn't be a lot of people. It would not be a lot of people taking all these different type of drugs. Yes, it feels good for the moment, but is it curing anything? No. If anything, just like the other day, I end up going to do just what was it, DoorDash. I have not did DoorDash in a minute, and I was just like laying in the bed doing my little nails. And once I got done, and I like to listen to my little music. Once I got done, oh excuse me, once I got done, I just said, let me go out here and do this. One of the boys was so far gone on something, and he was doing it too. And me and that woman said, "You okay? You sure you're okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. You make sure you get home." And I mean, like, "No, you make sure you get home." He's like, "Yeah, you smart. You smart." What? Me and her just looked at each other. We ain't got time for that. Get off these drugs, y'all. Love yourself. Um, feeling shameful or guilt that leads to procrastination or denial, not living up to society's standards of masculinity, what makes it hard to connect emotionally or physically in a relationship or within just yourself alone. That was number 9. I'm gonna try to speed through because I don't want to catch too much time, but stop feeling, guilty. Like, look, we was put in a place that we did not know, and we have to reteach ourselves. And at the end of the day, who likes you? So it's not something new. Just get over it. Do what you got to do. Grow yourself. Be strong. Let's go. I'm telling you from experience. Like I got to tell my son, the world not gonna like you, but you're not supposed to fit in with them. So therefore, gird up your lines and let's go. Number 10, rejection and loss of ambition. You might feel like you're an outcast, or because your masculinity is supposed to be normal, but nowadays it's not. Or when people say, "Oh, his voice is too deep," or something. So what? Forget them. Keep it moving. At the end of the day, listen. You don't have to speak with this voice. You don't even have to talk to me. You love the voice that you made with. You love the body shape that you have. Whether you skinny, whether you thick, whether you tall, whether you short. Baby, let me explain something to you. It's a blessing for us to have our men. Okay? Because again, without you, I wouldn't be here. Okay? Without y'all, nobody would be here. Who was the very first one the Father made? Adam. Okay, let's go. Move on. So the last one is that was 10. My 11th one is a spiritual connection. It forms a spiritual identity and it connects to your faith and your purpose. And that is leading to your masculinity. So again, when you are masculine, you definitely connect with your spiritual side, you know? And again, look at our forefathers, which I don't say fathers, but our ancestors, unless it's the father book. But look at our ancestors. Honey, they look when they went to battle, they know who they were. You know, when they had to kill, they know who they. I mean, kill. When they had to boom, 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 they knew who they were. You get what I'm saying? When they had to just lead a nation, when they had to go approach the pharaohs and so and so, you think they was acting like some little punks? No, no. And they even told the father, listen, I don't know how to speak to these people. These people try to kill me, boom, boom me. You know. But at the end of the day, like they had to figure it out. You are a man, Damien. I'm a man, Damien. You know, so you be that. Don't let nobody take that away from you. And that's why I said I had to come and talk to my folks because let me tell y'all something. I love the woman I am. Well, my brothers taught me a lot. Okay. And if it was not for them, I'd probably be a scared little punk over here. I'm not no punk and I'm not scared. Again, if it was not for my masculine side, okay, I wouldn't be part of the bold woman I am today. And I said that with my head real loud, up real high. And I said it real loud. So I appreciate my brothers. I appreciate my little young ones, you know, who's running around here. And I just look at them. That's why I call all of them kings. No, we're going to build them up. And somebody going to say, oh, everybody's not a king. Oh, be quiet and shut them black lips. You know, I don't know. Maybe you wasn't, but we was. You know, this world is as big as I don't know what. We was kings and queens somewhere. Maybe you just got the butt end of the stick. But you don't dampen nobody's spirit. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to go back over these real fast, just the numbers, because I want y'all to just understand what I'm saying, because we are really at a masculinity crisis. And if I can help anybody, by all means, my number's in one of these videos down below. Go on Amazon and look up The Butterfly Transformation by Sierra Wilson and Taylor Wilson, Cierrawilson, or you can find my son name, Taylynn Wilson, The Butterfly Transformation. That's our book. Please, it's a beautiful experience for the whole family to read. I would say that we're really targeting the whole elementary school, so that way they can understand going through life. It would not be hard. I mean, it would not be easy, but it's not that hard either. You just got to push. Shut off the old body to gain the new. Like I said, you guys support us. We right here. And I tell anybody, whatever you're thinking in here, bring it out so that way you can see what you're thinking. Ask the Father for help. Don't be afraid to call on them angels, y'all. We need you. And I'm going to say peace, blessings, and have a great day. Peace.